A new year means new laws are in effect. Tonight, a closer look at those laws and how they could impact you the most in 2024.
The new year is certainly starting off on a quiet but gray note. However, I am tracking increasingly active weather as we get towards the end of the week, and that includes some snow.
This is a team that can do it a lot of different ways.
Oh, now a steal! They score!
Plus, from a Winter Classic win to a potential trip to the national championship, it's a busy day for sports fans across Washington.
It's really fun that it's here and we have our team to root for and cheer for. It's exciting.
Tonight, a breakdown of the Kraken's big win and a look at what the Huskies need to do to take down the Longhorns. Well, good evening and Happy New Year. Thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News at 5. I'm Amanda Rowley. Starting off tonight by taking a look at the weather. 2024 started off on a pretty foggy note today, so let's send it over to meteorologist Michelle Boss, who's tracking more fog moving into the area. Michelle, what do we need to know?
Well, in some places, the fog just never left. It kind of stuck around all day, and that certainly made for a very gray start to 2024. But fortunately, in places like Spokane, temperatures stayed at freezing or above, so we didn't have to worry too much about any icy roads. And of course, that was great for all the revelers last night. As we take a look at satellite and radar, dry conditions all across the region, but certainly pretty short on the sunshine, and we're expecting similar pattern to continue for tomorrow. Because the fog has been so dense and really not let up in the Spokane area, that dense fog advisory has been extended to continue through noon tomorrow, basically for the immediate Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area, but down towards Walla Walla too. And you'll kind of see where that fog is concentrated. We have good visibility out in Coeur d'Alene and Deer Park, but at the Spokane airport at least, visibility less than a quarter of a mile. Temperatures are above freezing right now, so we're not anticipating any icy conditions this evening, but as temperatures approach freezing towards early tomorrow morning, again, just be aware there could be some black ice out there. Temperature-wise, a lot warmer where they had a little bit thinner cloudiness out in central Washington. Temperatures in the upper 30s to around 40, and it made it into the upper 30s in Pullman and in Lewiston as well, where the fog was not so dense all day. Don't expect the temperatures to move a whole lot during the evening and overnight hours, dropping down to around freezing early tomorrow with that dense fog. And then if we can clear out the fog, we should make it into the upper 30s. If the fog holds firm throughout the afternoon, we'll probably be in the mid 30s again like today. But mainly quiet weather expected over the next couple of days, mostly cloudy to cloudy skies, highs in the mid 30s, lows around freezing.
All right, thank you, Michelle. Well, the new year is here, and last night the Inland Northwest celebrated the beginning of 2024 in a variety of ways. KREM 2's Mark Hanrahan shows us how people in Spokane rang in the new year at Riverfront Park.
What are you looking forward to in 2024?
Well, we're going to have a new grandbaby, so I'm looking forward to that.
Trying to stick to my resolutions.
Yeah.
Got a couple pounds to lose.
I'm just excited, honestly, to be stepping into a new year.
What brought you down here tonight?
Fireworks.
Yeah?
Yeah, I can see the fireworks and yeah, man.
What are you looking forward to in 2024?
Fireworks.
Me too.
And starting kindergarten.
It's a big year. Well, good luck, buddy.
Okay.
From Spokane, Washington, Happy New Year!
What a fun night. A great way to bring in the new year. Well, Washington state lawmakers will be back in Olympia a week from today for the start of a new legislative session. Now that we've entered the new year, several new state laws are now in effect. One law bans most Washington employers from testing for cannabis during the hiring process. But some exceptions include law enforcement and airline positions. Next, a 10-day waiting period is now required for purchasing or transferring any kind of gun in Washington state. The Alliance for Gun Responsibility advocated for this law to pass. They say this waiting period can help prevent emotionally charged suicides and homicides.
Waiting periods are proven to be a really wonderful policy option for mitigating the impulsive and temporary emotional behavior around immediate access to a firearm.
The law also requires the person buying the gun have completed a firearm safety course within the past 5 years. And finally, Washington's minimum wage has increased to $16.28 an hour. This is 3.4% higher than the current state minimum wage, and it's the highest in the nation. Some cities already have higher minimum wages. Last week, we spoke to the owner of Greens Fresh Market in Hilliard. He said the raise will not impact him much since he already pays more than that rate, but he knows other businesses may have to make cuts or raise prices to stay competitive.
People that are making minimum wage aren't gaining that much because everything has to go up to pay for that, 50, 60 cents an hour raise. But so many of the people that are making more money than minimum wage aren't getting a raise, but they have to pay the new prices.
Washington's Department of Labor and Industry says it calculated this wage increase by looking at the Federal Consumer Price Index. But if you're wondering, the federal minimum wage of $7.25 an hour hasn't budged since 2009. Well, the new year ushered in hundreds of new laws now in effect around the country as well. CBS News breaks it down for us tonight.
New laws in the new year served up pay raises for about 10 million Americans, many working in food services and childcare. 22 states passed laws raising the minimum wage.
That will help me with my son. He's about to graduate from high school. He wants to go to college now.
In California, it's now illegal to carry a gun in most public places, even with a concealed carry permit. It's one of several states with new gun regulations.
Nothing about a red flag law interferes with your right to the Second Amendment.
While Minnesota passed a new red flag law allowing guns to be taken from people deemed an imminent threat, and Illinois banned semi-automatic rifles and high-capacity magazines.
Protect trans kids!
Other laws focus on hot-button issues like gender-affirming care.
Children are not mature enough to drive, they're not mature enough to buy alcohol or cigarettes or to get a tattoo. Why in the world would we allow them to remove perfectly healthy reproductive organs?
Idaho, Louisiana, and West Virginia have blocked minors from access to puberty blockers and hormone therapy. Here in Florida, it's already a law for drivers to move over a lane for stopped emergency vehicles. But now the move over law will apply when any vehicle is on the side of the road with its hazards on. And a warning for porch pirates. Anyone caught stealing packages left outside in Pennsylvania could now face felony charges. Cristian Benavides, CBS News, Miami.
Today, the city of Spokane's new mayor, Lisa Brown, officially takes office. Brown previously served as the Washington State Department of Commerce director. She beat previous mayor Nadine Woodward by a little more than 2,000 votes. Woodward has not shared what she plans to do next. And during the swearing-in ceremony last week, Brown spoke about challenges that come with the new position.
I'll just put it this way, terror at how complicated some of these problems are and how tough some of this is going to be. I fully expect, despite all the great jobs I've had in my life, that this will be the hardest one.
Councilmember Kitty Klitsky is also set to officially start her new position this month. Over the weekend, Spokane Police Chief Craig Meidel stepped down after almost 3 decades with the department. In a statement, Meidel said he's worked for 2 amazing mayors who trusted him at the helm of SPD for the past 7 years. But the timing of his choice to resign couldn't be ignored. As for what's next, he says he has no set plans for the future. Mayor Brown appointed Justin Lundgren as the new interim chief. Brown will pick the next person to fill Meidel's role, and council members will have the final say in who gets the job.